Hi, I'm Sandy. I'm 59 and I'm an avid traveler. I'm looking for a little companion, but what I'm really looking for is a real one.
Don't pop, 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 pop the balloon. Don't pop, pop, pop.
Hi, my name is Journey, and I'm looking for that real one.
Hi, I'm Lucky. I'm 52, and I'm looking for a real one.
Don't pop, 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 pop the balloon. I see the way you.
Hello, I'm Leslie, 66 years old, and I'm looking for a real one.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as I'm here with these lovely ladies from Houston, my Houstonian queens, and I wanted to talk with them briefly about the dating scene here in Houston. It's a really important thing to do as we, look at the landscape of this very large city and this very thunderstormy city. So I'm going to start with Sandy right here. Sandy, based on your experience, what's the dating scene like here in Houston?
Well, actually, I don't reside in Houston. I'm in the land of sugar, honey. Sugarland, Texas.
Okay.
Yes,
How far
yes.
is that from Houston?
27 miles from here.
Oh, okay.
We did it.
Okay. Thank you for coming all the way out. So what's it like in your general area then?
I'm real busy, so I don't get a lot of time to go out and date. But on the dating sites that they have, that I have been on, they're very much filled with scammers and not real ones.
Okay. Have you been guilty of a scam before?
Oh,
Someone scammed you?
several.
Okay. We're going to get back to that. That's pretty unfortunate. Let's go to Leslie. Would you share with us the dating scene in Houston, or you might have mentioned that you're not from here? Tell us.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I moved here in 2019, and then COVID struck. So I just really wasn't into the dating scene at all. And since post-COVID, I really haven't had the opportunity to really date. And as she said, there's a lot of scammers. It's just not a lot of real authentic people. It's not to date. They take advantage of you and mislead you, and they're not real. I think they're just looking for an opportunity for a little spice maybe instead of dating.
Okay, and actually getting to know someone and make that real one connection.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we're going to get back to that too. These ladies are making some very good points. Let's go to the wonderful Journey. What do you think, Houston dating scene?
I live in Katy, but we just recently moved from New York in November.
Okay.
So I really haven't even been out there dating nothing yet.
Okay. What was the dating scene like in New York?
Oh, New York men are the bomb. Yes.
Okay. Well, then real quick, then what? A connection there wasn't established, which is why you're here. What? Were some not the bomb enough? They were bomb, but not bomb.com. What happened?
They was, it's to each his own.
Okay. That makes, yeah, we'll come back to that
I just
too.
like New York men better,
Okay.
anyway.
Okay. Would you like maybe a New York import that's here right now? You know, if it was a man from New York, but he was
most
in.
Definitely.
Okay. So New York, you know what to do,
they
New
got
York brothers.
swag.
That are in, yeah. Okay. Y'all got some swag on the East Coast. Let's go to Lakeisha. Lakeisha, what's the dating scene like for you out here in this area?
Okay, well, based on what she just said, I'm also from New York, but
Wow.
I've been here in Houston for a way longer time than she has. She just got here in November.
Okay.
And then speaking about the dating sites, I've come across a few scammers, but you can see, you know,
tell 'em
you know,
from a
yeah.
mile
But
away.
as far as the ones that don't seem to be scammers, you just really don't get anywhere. It's just like, hey, how you doing? And a few messages back and forth, and doesn't really go anywhere. But then, even when you do connect with someone and you go out, my experience has been usually both people have too much, they work too much. So it's hard to date just based on time. And then with Houston being an hour away from Houston,
Exactly.
if you meet somebody that doesn't live close to you, it's way too hard to date here.
Would you consider that long distance? If
Yes.
an hour from Houston,
I do consider that long distance.
What's the farthest? We can ask that to all the ladies really quick. What's the farthest you would be willing to date, Lakeisha? How many minutes, maybe?
25.
Journey?
About 25.
25. Leslie?
I would say 30 to 40 minutes, but I
little
don't
more
live
gracious.
in Houston either. I live in the outskirts in northeast up in Humboldt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but 40 minutes still is the max you're willing to.
Yeah, and she was saying, Houston is so big. It's a huge city.
It's big, yeah.
It's big.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sandy, what about you?
27 miles. I like to stay in my little city. I'm really from Meadows Place, Texas, which is close to Sugar Land.
Okay.
It's bordered by Sugar Land, Stafford, and Houston. It's like a little triangle.
Okay.
So I like to stay. I'm a little homebody.
That's
Well,
good.
I work out of my home.
Okay. Oh, that's a blessing. Okay. So, in terms of minutes, so 27 miles, would that be about
27 minutes.
20? Oh, so 27 minutes. Okay. Well, so y'all are all around the same. Okay. I mean, if he was just amazing, checked off each and every one of your boxes, but he was an hour out, would y'all, yes or no?
I would definitely.
You would?
Yeah, even if it's an airplane, I have to catch an airplane, but it has to be the real one.
Yeah, you might have men. You got to think you have people all over the world watching this show. So if they reach out and they check off your boxes, I don't care if he's in Nigeria, y'all got to. You might have to step it up, real one. Come on. I mean, Nigerian prince, not a scammer. Not the scammers, not the good Nigerian princes. Okay, now let's do for this then. I want to ask each of you, what are you looking for in a real one? This is what we would ask when the gentlemen are here. It's such a vital question. I want to start with Journey. Journey, what are you looking for in a real one?
He have to have a good personality, funny, and his front teeth. That's a must.
Now, what do you mean by
His front teeth.
He's
He
got to
can't-
have them.
Yeah, he have to have his front teeth. Ain't no Gumby over here.
They have to be clean too.
Oh, most definitely.
Okay.
They smell
Some
good.
got them, but they.
And that's about it.
No. Okay, that's a beautiful thing. Let's go to Lakeisha.
Hard one. Not emotional and needy. Not wanting excessive amounts of time to pour into that person, because like I need someone to be doing their own thing, have their own stuff going on, because I have my own stuff going on.
Right.
And we make time for each other where we can, even if it has to be scheduled. But all the just
Too much
needing
time,
to-
kind of
too much
communicating,
talking,
or
too much every day. Like, no, I don't need all that.
what would you say is a healthy amount? Because I think we'd all agree you have to invest some time. But what would you say is like overdoing it?
Overdoing it is 7 days. Healthy amount is 4 days.
4 days of communication throughout a week.
Yes.
So say they didn't talk to you a whole day, you'd be okay with that?
Yes. 2
So not
days
even a check-in, not even a good morning, beautiful.
I don't need all that.
That's a real one. You keeping it real. Okay. Wow, I haven't heard that, but I need that. I need that for myself. Now let's go to Leslie. What are you looking for in a real one?
Someone that's independent, financially secure. They don't have to worry about me, but just so that, they're able to take care of themselves. Hygiene, great hygiene, and handsome. I do like a melanin man, no?
Okay. Would you be willing to go with Mayo?
Say what?
Mayo. Would you date a Mayo man? You like melanin, but would you go Mayo?
Oh, I'm not familiar with that term.
White.
Oh, I prefer no.
Okay.
I prefer no.
Okay. Understood. Let's go to Sandy. What are you looking for in a real one?
Oh, definitely needs to have a sense of humor, some integrity, and be well traveled, because I love traveling. So,
awesome.
yeah,
Okay.
yes,
Do y'all have
I
your
to
passport?
a passport.
I was about to ask.
That's the first thing to ask. So, do you have a passport?
Yes. Did you get your shots? That's another good question too as you're traveling. Okay. But y'all have your passport, my three ladies?
I don't have a passport.
No?
I still travel, but I don't have a
Yes,
passport.
I have mine.
Okay. So my two that don't have passports, would you be willing to get one if your king was like, we going to Barbados, we going to Jamaica?
Yeah, I just haven't wanted to waste the money before I can go on the trip. So I'm like, because they only last a certain amount of time. So I'm like, I'll get it when I'm about to go somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. We're just going to go for a few more questions. I'm having a great time because I want to figure out, I like to know what people's deal breakers are, certain red flags. We mentioned hygiene, but do y'all have any unique deal breakers that you have for a gentleman? Maybe we can start with Leslie. Do you have one?
Just cigarette smokes. Smoke. Smokers, no.
Okay. Now, what about devil's lettuce?
You get me on these things, I don't know what you're talking
How about the sticky, icky, ooey?
What is that?
Weed.
Oh, we.
I'm sorry. My young people now. Okay, but
I'm old, right?
you ain't old. No, they were calling it. Didn't they call it devil's lettuce?
I've never heard that before.
But anyway.
But I knew what you were talking about.
You
but
knew what I was
never
talking
heard
about.
it.
Okay. But what about the green stuff? Bob Marley liked it a lot. Yeah.
I prefer not, but it wouldn't be a deal breaker, but definitely cigarette smoke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does the smell get you, or is it your breathing that's affected?
My mom said when she was carrying me in her womb that I would And when I was a toddler, I was break the cigarettes up. I just never liked cigarettes.
I think that's good for your health, and that's why you still look so lovely and healthy today. I want to swing it to Journey. Journey, do you have any unique deal breakers for a gentleman?
Yes, the most deal breaker is, like I said, no teeth in the front, no cigarettes, smoking, and a liar.
Have you been lied to by a brother?
Oh, definitely. But I catch liars. I'm from New York. So
Okay, you real.
I'm real.
We had a gentleman from New York on a previous episode in the Vegas edition. He was like, I'm as real as it gets. He was from Brooklyn. So y'all keep it real. Lakeisha, do you have a unique deal breaker?
No, nothing I can think of specifically. So like she said, she was, mentioned cigarette smoke. That's not something I ever had to deal with. So it wouldn't have been one. I mean, probably is one.
Okay.
But
okay.
it's not something I've dealt with. But nothing that I've dealt with in the past that deal breaker.
Okay.
I feel like, a lot of people have their own backgrounds and there's stuff that they've gone through.
Yeah.
So even having a checkered past is not a deal breaker for me. Yeah,
You're open and willing. That's very gracious of you, because some are like, you got a baby mama? Cut you off, So I've seen it all. Sandy, what would you like to say in terms of deal breaker? Unique? Anything?
Well, if they have a baby's mama, I hope they leave her at home.
Right. Yeah. Don't bring it.
I don't like cheaters and liars, dishonesty, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, and I do like the hello, good morning, beautiful, and good night. Just wait for me to reply back before you start,
Double texting, triple texting. Yeah.
All day long.
Yeah. Lady, do you two like good morning texts from your man?
Yeah, I would.
I would think.
Yeah, I would.
Would
Me
you?
personally, I would.
Yeah. Well, what's up,
I would like
Lakeisha?
a check.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I don't want them to text me. I want them to be right next to me.
Yes.
Say, good morning.
Right.
baby.
Right.
Good morning.
Yeah,
how
exactly.
you like your coffee?
That's
Something
natural.
like that.
That's a beautiful
Yeah.
thing.
I want them to be.
This is an important question, and I think you do have single gentlemen watching this. Okay, so I want to go, just a little more technical. We'll go from person to person. Have you ever been married?
Absolutely.
Okay, have you been married?
I've been married twice.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You don't have to get too deep. I'm not trying to bring up anything crazy, but why did the marriage not see till death do you part? We can start with Lakeisha.
Possessiveness and jealousy. On his part, not mine.
Okay. I'm gonna get back to that. Actually, that's a deal breaker right there. A jealous person. But Journey,
Lying and cheating.
brothers, get it together. Leslie,
I'm trying to.
The first one was just being misled, and the second one, everything, just cheating. That found out he was had an addiction. It was just a lot.
okay.
It was a lot.
Sandy.
My husband was the love of my life, and unfortunately, I lost him to cancer. So I'm a widow.
Okay.
But he was everything. He wasn't perfect, but he was perfect for me.
Right.
Together, we did well.
You had a real one.
And we had 3 beautiful babies.
Oh, one right there, huh?
Yeah,
that's a
my
beautiful thing.
daughter.
Wow. Well, God bless you in that. So, what I want to lead to, which is always, it normally gets some pops. Would y'all like to be married again?
I would.
You would.
I
Leslie?
would.
Okay, Journey.
No.
I'm gonna come back to you, Lakeisha. So 2 yeses, 2 nos. Let's start with Lakeisha. Lakeisha, why no to getting married again?
I just don't want somebody in my space every day.
You're making that clear. That you really want your you like, get away from me 4 days a week max. Okay, Journey. Why no?
I did it a few times, and I like being by myself now. I'd rather just have somebody, have fun with, cook for, travel. That's about it. We don't have to get married.
Okay. Now we got 2 yeses. So Leslie, why would you like to get married again?
For companionship, and I'm getting older. Just someone, I don't know. I'm out of words.
Be by your side. Yeah, like you said, a
be by my
companion.
side, but mostly for companionship.
That's a beautiful thing. Yeah, that's a
Travel, I like
God-given instinct.
traveling.
Yes. Okay, Sandy.
Well, first of all, I'll tell you what my cousin Yolanda told me. She said, I don't want to be a purse, I don't want to be a curse, and I definitely don't want to be a nurse. So I want somebody that's healthy, able to travel, have their own thing. And the only red flag would be, I guess, if they're dishonest.
Yes. Oh, yeah, you can't be dishonest. Yeah. Now, are you big on hygiene like some of the sisters here? Do you not?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
Absolutely. That's everyone, not just us.
Exactly. But, some people, to keep it real, they do put up with things. And I want to ask y'all about like pet peeves, because it may not be a deal breaker per se, but it might be something that if they do it enough, it's gonna lead to a deal breaker. So do y'all have any pet peeves, Lakeisha? Do you have any pet peeves for a man where it's like, I won't cancel you at the first, second, third, but if you keep doing it, besides them texting you good morning. I'm saying I'm gonna leave you alone. I love you. You got me with that one.
No. When you just mentioned hygiene, I'm like, most people are better than me. I mean, most people I've dealt with are better than me.
Okay.
Pet peeve. No, I don't think necessary.
Would it be someone that maybe talks too much? I know there's a balance when it comes to communication. What do you?
No, I don't have a problem with a lot of talking during the days that we have that schedule.
Okay.
We can talk the whole time. Okay. But just don't bother me on my days that I said I don't want to talk to you.
Your days off. Okay.
Yes,
Got it. Journey, do you have any pet peeves for a man?
Mine would be snoring. Oh, I can't stand that.
Now let me just keep it real. Do you snore?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't snore.
I was gonna be like, so I mean, so a little snore, just a light little. I don't want to say cute, but like a light little just.
No, I don't.
Okay, so no snore at all.
No, I don't.
So
snore.
if he's checking off all your boxes, 12 out of 10, but then y'all get to a point where you hear him at night and he's snoring, you gonna cut it off?
After probably the third, fourth, maybe the fifth snore, I'll let him get away with a couple. I'll tell him about it,
Okay.
like you snore, and we'll try to get some medication too.
Okay. But after that,
That don't work. No, I
That fits
can't take that. I need to sleep.
That's true. Our sleep
Yeah.
is precious. That's true. Let's go to Leslie. Any pet peeves?
My only pet peeve would be like a couch potato. Someone just wants to watch Netflix all the time, watching the sports all the time, because I like to get out.
You like to be active.
Yeah, I like to be active, swimming.
That's why our boy, he was tripping a little when he just made the generalization. All my ladies don't.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like to keep it going.
You're moving. Yes, absolutely. Sandy?
And on that note, I'll kind of say what I've been thinking after that man. I like to have sex. I mean, I think that it's very healthy.
It is.
So if they tell me a pet peeve, I'm like, oh no, I don't want to. I have a headache. Well, that's not for me. That guy. Yeah.
So you're ready to go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. That's
That
a
keeps you
God-given
young.
instinct.
That keeps you young.
Yes, absolutely.
good.
Yeah, we had a dude
Endorphins.
on our show. Do you remember him, Robert? He got a real one on House of Seniors. He said he likes to have freaky porn star style sex.
No, that's
what he
not-
said.
I didn't say that.
You think that? No. Oh no, I get it. No, Queen. No, please. I'm not trying to go. Please, I'm not trying.
Like Diddy. He
I'm
wants
just
me to
saying.
be like Diddy.
I did not. Oh yeah, no. He was a little too.
Yeah,
No baby
there was
oil
too
will
much
be
baby
involved.
oil.
But I'm saying in terms of his desire to be a real one and be like, hey, but I'm still active. I respect that 100%. Because it's like you have, your body for your body. It's yours. Men sometimes don't show up when they're supposed to. What do you think is wrong with some of the brothers today? Why is there a lack of real ones in our culture today? I want to start with Lakeisha, if you're ready, or y'all want to ponder on that, let that sizzle in your spirit maybe. But why? What's going on with our brothers? You can go, Leslie, you ready?
I mean, I think maybe some want to be on these games.
You mean like literal games?
Yeah,
or
the video games. Some of them are very devoted to these video games or these electronics, and they don't know where I don't know to get off.
Yeah.
Get off sometimes. Just get off.
Talk to a lovely lady. What y'all do? Maybe they were playing games today. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
They put some kind of game, whether physical or mental. I don't know. Lakeisha, you were going to say something. What do you think's wrong with the state of men?
I think like what's been mentioned about lying. They present themselves as something they're not. So I think they present what they want to be. And then, so like say they saw that this was happening in Houston, they signed up for it. But then it was time to come. It's like, oh, well, when I get there, they're going to find out that I'm not really the person I presented myself to be.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You appreciate it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Journey, what do you think?
I really don't know, because a lot of men are just.
Not just in the good way either. They're not just in good.
Exactly.
They're like, they're just men.
I don't know. That's why.
Yeah. You were ready to break the heart anyway for that brother, huh? Or were you willing to give it a chance?
Oh no, I wanted to see what he's gonna say, but then when he talked about he wanted somebody younger,
Yeah.
but look at it,
And he knew what he was saying.
old as Methuselah.
Hey,
so-
look. That's over 900. I'm a Bible scholar. Yeah, that's old.
Nerve.
That's old. That ain't right. No, and when people sign up, that's something we can get to momentarily, actually. But I want to ask Sandy. Sandy, what do you think is wrong with our brothers?
I don't think it has to do with the rain, to be honest with you. If they were a real man, a storm, we're all here.
Queens
we
are
drove through
here.
the same thing. So what the hell?
love
They
y'all.
can come too.
You can come for
If
real.
they're real and authentic, or if they're really looking for somebody and not just a one-night stand, they need to show up.
Yeah.
They need to show up.
Yeah, and there's a
Show out
standard.
and show out.
Exactly,
Yeah.
show up and show out. And there's a standard that we hold. We don't want people coming being phony. We try to check people and be like, are you who you say you are? Because I'm not trying to waste anybody's time. So, but I do want to be fair, because some people will attack me. Oh, Pointer, you just act like the brothers are tripping. Would you ladies say that there are things that some ladies, not y'all, definitely not y'all, but ladies on the others that didn't show up today? Is there something wrong with some sisters in terms of dating? Are women doing something wrong, maybe? Sandy, what do you think?
I don't think the women, I wouldn't blame it at all on the women, to be honest with you, because I think everybody wants to find love. That's what we're here for,
Okay.
to find the real one,
Yes.
to really be in love.
True.
Not just like, this was a long distance relationship, and the first thing he told me, and it turned me off so bad, girls, what do you bring to the table? I'm like, what do you mean? What do you bring to the table? I'm not a waitress to be bringing shit to the table. Oh, no. So I don't want I don't want to blame any of the women. I think if the women are true and real and genuine, that they all show up. Are we missing one? There you go. We're here. We're all here. We're all showing up, and we're all looking for the same thing.
Beautiful.
Just to fall in love.
Okay. All right. Let's go to Leslie. Leslie, do you think women play a part in the state of dating?
I'm not really sure.
Okay.
I honestly, I don't.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Journey, what do you
I'm
think?
sure maybe, but
Okay.
I don't have an answer.
Okay. Do you think that there's something going on with the ladies in the dating pool?
No, it's just the men.
Just the men.
It's just the men.
We're a
They're
mess.
scared.
That,
They're scared.
yeah, they could be.
scared.
Lakeisha, what do you think?
Yeah, I think for our age group, we're not doing anything wrong. Yeah. The 30s and under, or
the sexy
say 35
reds
and under,
yeah.
they got a lot of problems.
Okay.
But for us, most of us, we know what we want. Like, we've been in this for a long time.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, like,
What now? You spoke to something relevant. What do you think is wrong with some of the younger ones? Felicia Rashad, they tried to cancel the queen, Felicia, because she was like, sometimes they show too much. Some of the young ladies, the Meg the Stallions, the big old freaks from right here in Houston, actually. But anyway, what do you think, Lakeisha? What's up with the younger ones?
it's too much internet and social media. They have so many ideas. There's so many things that they're told that they're supposed to do that they don't even know what they're supposed to do. It's just too much being told to them what they're supposed to do. So none of them have an idea.
Yeah. Do y'all? Who has children? Just raise your hand. I know you have. Oh, so all you, okay. Would y'all say your babies are? Well, even if they're not babies, but I still call they'll always be your babies. Are they influenced heavily by the social media? Would y'all say?
Well, 2 out of my 3 are married, and
Okay.
then it's talking about social media. I have a social media queen here.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes, she got 19.6 million views on one of her Instagram.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
She ain't playing.
She
Oh
gets
my
embarrassed
gosh.
when I talk about it, but I'm real proud of her.
That's amazing.
My other
Yeah.
daughter's a flight attendant, and she's married to a wonderful man and gave me 3 grandbabies.
Oh.
My son, my moon, my stars, my world, is married to a beautiful young lady too, but they moved to Virginia.
Oh. Okay.
I miss him a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Do you go
he gave
visit?
me a granddaughter.
Okay.
Oh, yes,
Good,
we
good,
visit
good.
often.
Okay.
And he comes here too to
So
visit.
the social media didn't have that
Nope.
effect like it did. That's a blessing. That means you trained them up
I'm
right.
so blessed,
Yeah.
mijo. You don't even know.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What about you, Leslie? Do you feel your children were influenced by social media?
Well, I have like 2 sets of children. So my biological children are 3 adults.
Okay.
So I don't think the older ones are, but I adopted 2. One is 10, going on 11 at the end of this month. And then I have a 14-year-old. And I think that without any type of controls, I think they are highly influenced. Yeah. So, and if you're not on top of it, it could be negative,
Absolutely.
very negative.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that this generation, this newer generation, they're highly influenced by social media.
I agree. And we got to be mindful of what they're watching, when they're watching, why. It's pretty deep. Journey, what do you think?
No, my children are all grown, so I'm worried about my grandkids being on social media.
Yeah.
But their parents are great parents, so
Okay.
they got them. They gonna control that.
Good. That's a blessing. Lakeisha, what do you think?
Mine's 16 and 18,
Okay.
and so they're not even in that world yet at all.
Okay.
So
Good.
they haven't had
They're not in the
any-
social media world at that age?
The 18-year-old, he streams this one person all the time. That's
Okay.
it. I don't know anybody else that
Okay.
he ever looks at. The 16-year-old don't nothing.
Good.
Don't do nothing.
Okay. I think that's how it should be, because too much of that at a young age, you end up, like, hate to say it again, but sexy red and skiing and stuff and being a little crazier
What's
than
wrong
you
with
should, especially at a younger age. Well, we're about to wrap it up, but I just want to maybe close out with final thoughts with these lovely queens. Do you have a word of encouragement, each of you, to women that might be your age, maybe a little older, maybe a little younger, and kind of tell them what should they do, besides being on this wonderful program, to find their real one? What should they do? I want to start with Sandy, my real MVP. All of them are, you know.
What should they do? I guess just be themselves, be genuine, and put yourself out there, because nobody's going to come knock on your door. Your Prince Charming is going to be riding a white stallion. So get out and ride some horses or something, you know? It's a good practice. Hey.
Okay. All right.
Good.
I love it. Thank you, Sandy. Leslie, what do you think?
Just be a real one.
Be a real one.
Be a real one.
Okay. Journey.
That's what I was about to say. They just need to keep it real, and hopefully they'll find that real one.
Beautiful. Lakeisha.
Yeah, just be truthful, because there's, like I said, there's a lot of things that some are not deal breakers, but some men just want to lie and present themselves as something they're not. But if they tell the truth and present who they really are, they can find a real one.
Find a real one. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I want to thank these ladies. Ladies, can you clap it up for yourselves? Clap it up. You are amazing. I thank you so much for coming out. But I thank you folks. I thank you folks so much for watching this wonderful segment of this special Houstonian special, where we'll talk to lovely ladies in the Houston area. Might be Sugarland, might be Katy, wherever, but we're so happy to be in the Lone Star State. Continue to subscribe, like, comment, share. We'll see you on the next episode of A Real One. Thank you so much. Clap it up one more time, ladies. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. We did it.
I know what you're thinking, friends. I want to watch more of his videos. Well, that's a beautiful thing. We've got this video here, which is one of my favorites. I promise you, you won't regret watching it. We also have this playlist if you just want to dive deep into what we do, or this video here, which is groundbreaking, or you can click this if you plan to subscribe, which I hope you do. So thank you for watching, folks. We've got a lot of content just for you. Hope you enjoy.